Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
There were rumors going around our school that Drew had been seeing a girl from a rival soccer team.
It's a purely platonic friend from summer school.
They
I wasn't seeing
kissed,
her.
Your Honor.
Kissed on the forehead.
Oh my God.
It's still a kiss.
In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. You want him to pay $628.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, knock my socks off. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. The law talks about something may in fact be true, but can they prove it? And that's what's tough.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Drew Young claims he loaned the defendant a piece of jewelry as a good luck charm, but now he refuses to return it. Mr. Young is suing Brandon Rivello in the amount of $300. Mr. Rivello claims Mr. Young gave him the chain as an apology gift after the plaintiff pushed him, which resulted in an injury that ended his football season early.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. We're here over a chain.
Yes.
You want your chain back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rivello does not want you to have the chain back.
Correct.
He gave you the chain.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're saying, why am I giving you back something that you gave me as a gift?
Exactly.
Okay, what's the deal?
The deal is, Your Honor, this chain is a highly sentimental chain, and I gave him a allotted amount of time that he could have it.
If it's so sentimental, why did you give it to him in the first place?
I gave it to him because he suffered from an accident some years ago.
Because there's some sort of something with football. You guys play football
Yes.
together, right?
Sir. Yes.
You guys are ball players.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And what happened?
We went to the beach and we were just playing around like usual. And he tackled me, and in the midst of the tackle, I sprained my knee.
During football season?
No. Well, no.
It was
this
shortly before football season,
Right.
Your Honor.
And you weren't able to play?
Right.
Okay. Where does the chain fall into that?
The chain falls into that because at the time I felt enormously bad about it. You know, I really,
Were you looking to play football in college?
Definitely. I was being scouted, and that was my junior year that we were. So that's one of the most important.
That's a big
years.
year.
Definitely. And so, fortunately, I haven't heard from anybody in months.
You gave him a chain of value because you felt bad
Yes.
that you not only prevented him from playing and helping the team, but potentially destroying future prospects for him to play in college.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Yes.
Okay. What's been the relationship between the two of you before that happened?
He and I were best friends. We met back in 7th grade. We didn't really become friends until freshman year when we were wide receivers for the same football team.
Okay. And you all met, became bonded through football. Mm-hmm. So now you're boys, you're hanging out. Mm-hmm. And then what happened?
Well, on the way home, he drove me home from the beach. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, he just kind of really started going into panic mode. And he was, he was begging me, you know, not to let my parents know that it was him that tackled me. So it was a tough decision to make, but I did go home, and I told my parents that it was me, that he was
You
nowhere.
caused your own injury.
Exactly. So
and I figured you incurred medical expenses?
A lot of them, sir.
And your parents had to pay for it?
Right.
And the whole time you didn't let them know that really he should have been paying for
They're
those
aware
medical-
now, but not.
And how did
not
they
before.
feel when they found out? That
They were pretty angry.
Yeah, because I would have been like, are you... Yeah, it would have been a problem.
Right.
I'll just put it that way. It would have been a problem. And that is where the chain comes in.
The chain comes in because I was feeling guilty about it.
And that's why you gave it to him, because you felt bad and you said, I want to give you something that's of value.
For the duration of his recovery. Because it's a good luck charm. It was my brother's before mine, and it was his good luck charm.
Well, when he recovered, did he give it back to you?
No.
Did you ask
he did
for
not.
it?
Yes, I did, sir.
Well, sir, I'm still in physical therapy.
You're not 100%.
Right, definitely not.
All right.
He shows
The
up to
value of
practice.
this chain is $300.
Yes.
And you feel you should not have to give it back to him because?
Well, definitely. First of all, you know, because he didn't tell me that he wanted it back.
Yes,
he
I
gave
did.
it to me, and he said his words were, "Get well, bro. like he said, he came in there. It was like the world had ended. He felt, you know, like he was really feeling bad about it, guilty.
I told him that it was my lucky chain, and I wanted to wish him luck as far as recovery goes, and that he could have it for the duration of the time it took for him to recover.
All right.
Your Honor,
I feel, since he has returned to the field since, that
Time to get the chain back.
Yes.
Okay.
and this chain just recently came back into the picture about 4 months ago when after some, you know, a situation with
Our friendship recently has really dissolved.
Because?
Yeah, his one of my closest friends, McKenna, she and Drew were dating, and because of, you know, of Drew's, some of the decisions that Drew chose to make, they
all fell out over McKenna.
No. Here's what happened. First, he started making moves on my 14-year-old cousin, Lizzie.
Coming up on America's Court.
There were rumors going around our school that Drew had been seeing a girl from a rival soccer team.
It's a purely platonic friend from summer school.
They
I wasn't seeing
kissed,
her.
Your Honor.
Kissed on the forehead.
Oh my God.
It's still a kiss.
And later,
I asked him how much his rent was, and he told me it was $650.
Okay.
I came to find out 3 months into the agreement that he was paying $450.
closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Drew Young, who is suing Brandon Ravello for $300.
And so what's the story with McKenna?
Essentially, I told him Sunday of that week to back off from my cousin.
Okay. And you went and saw her anyway?
And I that was my first, you know.
Did you go see her anyway? I mean, did you engage her?
No, because I kind of started to think that, you know, once I started seeing her going to freshman.
Your Honor.
I started seeing her going to freshman classes or younger classes, underclassmen classes. So I started to have an inkling. So when he told me, I was shocked. You know, it was my first time it being confirmed that she was significantly younger than me. And
You're 14, you're 17. Okay,
Right.
it's not the end of the world. I get it.
Right. I mean, you know, but it was a problem with him.
Essentially,
and so I stepped away. Only thing is that, you know, me and McKenna were friends.
Is this McKenna?
This is McKenna. Here, yes.
McKenna, come on up. I knew you had a witness.
Yes, sir.
All right. And why is she on this side of the table?
I'm here, Your Honor.
She's my ex.
Because I agree with Brandon that the chain should stay with him. There were rumors going around our school that Drew had been seeing a girl from a rival soccer team.
It's a purely platonic friend from summer school.
They
I wasn't seeing
kissed,
her.
Your Honor.
Kissed on the forehead.
Oh my God.
It's still a kiss. There were rumors that they had been seeing each other, so I sat down to talk to Brandon about it to ask him because they're on the football team, so I thought he might know more. And he actually showed me a picture of the kiss.
Why would you do that?
When I got wind of what happened with the other girl, I tried to approach Drew about it, and he, you know,
You're not answering my question. Why did he do that, do you think?
I think he did that out of spite because I told him to stop seeing my cousin. And
That makes sense.
because it was the Wednesday after that Sunday that happened.
Is that true?
No, sir. Like I said,
From the time that he said, stop trying to hook up with my 14-year-old cousin, when did you tell McKenna about this other girl that played soccer? Was it a day, 2 days, a week, 30 days?
it was maybe, you know, a week. But
Stop.
right.
That's why you did it. You were mad that he said, I don't want you messing with my cousin. Did he tell you that he was interested in his 14-year-old cousin?
I knew about it, yes.
And what was your feeling about it?
It didn't bother me as much as it bothered Drew.
Okay. So Drew was bothered by it.
Yes.
And he said, leave my cousin alone.
Yes.
And were you trying to have communication with the cousin?
No.
Was he trying to have communication with the cousin?
Yes, he was.
Wow. No, sir. No,
Okay.
sir.
All
I
right.
saw the text.
So you
I'm
tell,
18 now.
So you're like, okay, fine. I'll show you. I'll tell your girlfriend what you're really up to.
No, she asked me. I didn't go to her
wanted
with
to
it.
know.
You didn't. You could have said, my name's Bennett. I ain't in it.
Right, but that would have been a lie, sir.
No, it's, I don't want to be a part of this. That is your boyfriend. I'm friends with you. You have a conversation with him. I don't want to be in the middle of things. I'm your friend. I'm his friend. The timing is suspect on your part.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you break up with him as a result?
I did. It was very important to me for us to save the physical side of our relationship for later, and he violated that trust.
He violated the trust of the physical, well, he wanted to be physical with you.
Yes.
And you said, no, I'm not ready.
I said no, and so he went elsewhere.
Is that true?
I was very understanding to her not wanting to be physical. There were 1 or 2 instances where I did try, but I was very understanding. The thing with the platonic friend is purely platonic, Your Honor. She and I to this day are still just platonic friends,
It's
and
still
that's all
humiliating. There's pictures going around school of him kissing another girl.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor, the reason why I want the sentimental item back is because I do feel like my best friend betrayed me, and I don't feel comfortable with having such a sentimental item being in the possession of somebody that betrayed me.
Got it. You have proof that it's worth $300?
Yes, I have
me.
proof right here. Here you are.
Anything else, Mr. Ravello?
Sir, I've had a crazy year, you know, and Drew has played a lot into that, you know, with my football career, with
I get it.
you know, with everything.
I get it.
And
I get it.
all right, he's coming to me about a change.
Anything else?
I just think it's worth mentioning that I noticed when Drew stopped wearing the chain, and I asked him about it, and he told me that he had given it to Brandon.
Got it.
And throughout this whole ordeal, he never said anything to me about wanting it back until after we broke up. And that's when he told me that he was going to do whatever it took to get the chain back.
I get it. The gavel's going to come down in favor of the defendant. Because McKenna just said, Ms. Brooks, this chain became an issue after he told her about what was going on with the other girl. And you just even said, after being betrayed like that, I was done with him. And that suggests that you were okay with him keeping the chain because you felt guilty for causing him injury. But then when he betrayed you, you were like, there's no way I'm going to let him keep that chain. Your matter's dismissed. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
He knew he was wrong for bringing me to court over a chain, but I'm just sorry I lost a friend.
If my friend had given me my chain back, we would have never had to come to court.
And coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
I asked him how much his rent was, and he told me it was $650.
Okay.
I came to find out 3 months into the agreement that he was paying $450.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Sandra Lopez claims her brother scammed her by being dishonest about his rent, and he broke her cell phone. Ms. Lopez is suing her brother Paul Lopez in the amount of $1,050. Mr. Lopez claims the plaintiff caused chaos when she learned he was charging her more than what his rent really was, and he claims her cell phone broke by accident.
You're suing your brother. You felt he overcharged you on rent.
That is correct.
Prove your case. Go ahead.
In November, my roommate at the time told me she was moving out at the end of the month. We lived in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. Unfortunately, I was unable to pay the full amount on my own, so
Because?
I couldn't afford it.
And Mr. Lopez, I take it you had an apartment available?
Yes, at the time in Barstow.
Yeah, so I spoke with him. I vented out to him because I was stressed out under the
How much were
circumstance
you
I
paying
was.
when you were with your roommate?
I was paying $700.
How much was brother saying you would have to pay?
$650.
And when you were paying the $700,
I was
what did that
living in-
include?
That was my rent, and it paid for utilities as well.
Okay. And Mr. Lopez,
Yes.
in charging her $650,
Right.
did it include the utilities?
Yes, it did include, but I didn't tell her that because the rent is.
You're making this complicated.
Yeah, Your Honor, when I spoke with him...
Did it include the utilities?
It did include utilities.
And the answer is yes.
Yes.
You were saving $50 a month, paying and getting the exact same benefit that you had been receiving before.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. That comes out ahead for you, right?
but having to move kind of last minute, it put me in a big struggle. It put me in a
Why
hole,
would having
you know?
to move put you in a big struggle if you're saving money by living in the apartment with your brother? I mean, I recognize that you have to have your things moved. and moving expenses
Yeah.
you had to factor in. But if you couldn't afford the rent by yourself, you were going to have to move anyway.
I understand that. Like I said, when I spoke with him, I asked him how much his rent was, and he told me it was $650.
Okay.
I came to find out 3 months into the lease, into the agreement, that he was paying $450.
Coming up on America's Court.
Why not say $450 and whatever the cost of the utilities, that's what you'll pay?
Her job is stay home, so she stays home, and I know my sister. She
You don't
just
want to answer my question.
Closed captioning provided by. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Sandra Lopez, who is suing her brother Paul Lopez for $1,050.
You know she's struggling.
right.
Why make so much profit out of her?
Well, my apartment for utilities, I spend around $20 to $30 a month on electricity, gas, and
'Cause you're
water.
never there.
Yeah, because I'm not there. I just go from when I go to work, I just come to my
But
lunch
you
break.
felt that she would have higher utility expenses, ergo that's why you charge the
Well,
higher
because
amount?
her job-
Is that what you were thinking?
Yes, but her-
Why not just tell her that? Why not say $450 and whatever the cost of the utilities, that's what you'll pay? Why not say that?
Well, her job is stay home, so she stays home, and I know my sister. She
You don't
just
want to answer my question. You don't want to tell me why you lied to your sister. So then I have to have some sort of inference as to why. You lied because you wanted to make money off your sister, even though she was struggling. The question is, that's not illegal. Even if it's your brother, it may be immoral, but it's not illegal. Why are you suing him for $1,050?
Because he took advantage of me.
Okay? He took advantage of you, so the difference of $200 per month
Yes.
over 3 months.
Yes, that's $600.
All
I'm
right,
suing
what is
him
the
for
other
$1,050.
Yes.
It started, he ended up coming over, and we got into like a verbal, altercation. It got a little messy, and I ended up...
Over the difference in the
Over
amount?
the difference, yeah. As he ended up kicking me out during that altercation, and as I was leaving with my belongings, he shut the door on my wrist.
I didn't kick her out, Your Honor.
Okay, you were leaving, and did something happen to the phone?
It fell.
It fell.
It was in my hand, and he closed the door on my wrist.
And the phone
in my
was
hand,
damaged.
naturally,
I
just
got it.
opened,
And you want him
it
to
fell.
pay the cost of the phone.
Yeah.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. You're watching America's Court with Judge Ross. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel comes down in favor of the plaintiff.
But I have a...
No.
Nothing? All right.
There's nothing complicated about this. Your judgment is going to be for the cost of the phone, which is $450. Because the $600, that's a business deal. You didn't have to accept it. So she gets her phone replaced. You save $50 for 3 months. You still net $150. That is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $450.
It does suck that my brother was overcharging me rent, knowing my situation, but at least he does have to pay for my phone.
I'm glad I didn't have to pay the full amount, but we did have the altercation, and I will be replacing the phone.
Follow America's Court on Facebook and Twitter. This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.